Why? Why learn from the Tao of Athletic Success? Do you want to trust your championship on a 3,000-year-old horse-drawn chariot? Looks very macho, doesn't it? One masculine man controlling four wild stampeding horses. Today's out-of-date sports psychology is based on a 3,000-year-old conflict, divide, and control language where the masculine mind must control and reign over the dangerous and feminine emotional body. This ancient sports psychology that you have learned and that you are using was out of date thousands of years ago. Why do you still want to use the horse and buggy when today's athlete can drive not four horses, but 1,000? Why not trust your championship to an ultra modern 1,000 horsepower driven race car? The Tao of Athletic Success is based on the modern mental emotional language found within the evolutionary harmony and cooperation between mind, body, emotions, and awareness. When mind, body, emotions, and awareness work together as a team, they are stronger, faster, more agile, and clever than within today's outdated sports psychology of division and conflict, where masculine mental toughness controls the dangerous feminine emotional body. Symbiotic psychology understands the masculine mind and feminine emotions as a harmonious team and wondrous dance of yin and yang that has evolved out of millions of years of struggle, conflict, hardship, and battle of survival of the fittest, fastest, most agile, and clever among us. Does the Tao of athletic success belong on your sideline? You decide if millions of years of survival, the strongest, most powerful, and cunning should be on your team. Success or failure in competition or in life itself is a mental, emotional state of being first determined within the battlefield of the mind. My question to you is, are you ready to take on that battle? For yourself, for your family, for your team? How about for your nation and God? Hello, my name is Andrew Jackson, and I am creator and director of the Center for Symbiotic Sports Psychology and Coaching. This video is Introduction Part 1 to the Tao of Athletic Success Workout, a course in how an athlete and their coaches must utilize and harmonize their mind, body, emotions, and awareness together as a team to succeed in competition and in life. The links for Introduction Parts 1 through 5 videos to the Tao of Athletic Success Workout are in the description below. The Tao of Athletic Success Workout and all my materials are freely available PDF downloads from my websites, symbioticpsychology.com or emotionalevolution.com. Every moment of every day is an opportunity to practice successful being. Emotional awareness, feeling good or feeling bad, has evolved through billions of battles, conflicts, and confrontations for the survival of the fittest, most powerful, and cunning species on Earth. Emotions have evolved not to be controlled by the mind with rational dominance, or ignored with mindful awareness, or tolerated with mental toughness. Emotions have evolved to work with the mind as a team in a harmonious dance for an athlete's every day, every moment, feeling good, health, well being, and successful decision making ability. The Tao of Athletic Success Workout has evolved to bring every athlete at all levels, from beginner to world champion, to a new level of evolutionary power and strength, speed, agility, cunning, and success. This work is dedicated to University of Wisconsin long distance runner who committed suicide, Sarah Schultze. She was taught about being a winner or a loser. She was taught about mindfulness and not to respond to thoughts and emotions. And she was taught about being mentally tough to control her emotions and run through the pain. But was she taught how to live, how to win those internal battles of the mind? Isn't teaching, training, and developing the tools and skills to be successful in competition and within those internal battles of the mind also a necessary aspect of any sports program? No pain, no gain of a good physical workout does not work with emotional pain. Ignoring emotional pain is like ignoring an infection. To do so will destroy you, if not kill you first. A Taoist teacher standing in front of his students was pointing to the moon and stars beyond. The students just stared at the man's broken and mangled hand. He gently spoke to his class. Do not fixate on the broken and mangled hand, for it is indeed a soreness to any beholder. The message is not within the hand, nor within the moon and stars at which it points, but rather lies within another universe that surrounds us, known only through its quiet revelations. The words, diagrams, and pictures in this book are the broken and mangled hand. They are not the message, but point towards the message, which will only be heard within the silence of the Tao. A mountain exists, and your journey exists as you have been taught. You have been taught a 3,000-year-old erroneous linguistics of emotionally driven behavior that has sabotaged your natural emotional instincts. I want you to see a new mountain, not as you have been taught, but something marvelous and awesome, a wondrous structure of creation. Imagine the movement of light and shadow on a mountain as the sun travels across the sky throughout the day. I want you to see, understand, and feel this marvelous and harmonious movement of light and shadow. In the Tao, this harmony of light and shadow is represented as yin yang. Yin yang is the symbiotic and harmonious movement and dance of light and shadow, masculine and feminine, mind and emotion. The mind is what goes on between the ears. Thoughts, memories, beliefs, imagination, perceptions, and reason and logic. Emotions are felt. They either feel good or they feel bad. Symbiotic psychology is based in the natural evolution and symbiotic synergy between mind, body, emotions, and awareness. A symbiotic relationship is when different and separate entities work harmoniously together for their mutual benefit. Synergy is when entities work harmoniously together and their output is more than the sum of their parts. 1 plus 1 is more than 2. 1 plus 1 equals 3, 4, 5, or even more. Symbiotic sports psychology is a new and exciting psychology of the evolved and harmonious relationship between mind, body, emotions, and awareness founded in nature. This relationship between mind, body, emotions, and awareness has evolved over millions of years of struggle, hardship, and conflict, and survival of the strongest, fastest, most agile, and clever. It is time to take back what modern civilization has taken away. We are in a new age of symbiotic psychology, where the marriage between mind and emotion is a harmonious movement and perpetual dance of wondrous creation. Our modern education and sports psychology teaches control, conflict, and separation. That the masculine mind must control the feminine emotional body because dangerous emotions drive destructive behavior. Emotions have evolutionary significance. It is very important to understand and remember that feeling good, emotional awareness evolved with and correlates with a strong, robust, and healthy physiology of the mind and body that is conducive to health, well being, and success. And feeling bad emotional awareness evolved with and correlates with a weak, frail, and unhealthy physiology of the mind and body that is susceptible to illness, injury, and accidents. What state is your house? The player or team that wallow in the bad feeling misery of a mishap and maintains their bad feeling vortex on that which is not wanted, desired, intended will magnify each mishap into even more poo. This is a mental emotional threat state of being where fear of failure will destroy your house. The player or team that spites each mishap and maintains their good feeling vortex and awareness on their want, desire, and intent of success and victory will learn and even use each mishap to their benefit. This is a mental emotional challenge and success state of being where a player or team is challenged but not broken. And yet there is another, more fantastic, symbiotic state of being. The yin yang flow state of quantum being will lead an athlete to their sports top 10 performance. Everybody has seen the miraculous shots, plays, and unbelievable performances on sports top 10. It happens, right? A basketball half court buzzer beater or a football Hail Mary? How about when a fumble is not a fumble because the lost ball bounces right back into the runner's hands? In golf, there is the eagle. Remember the hockey college kids who beat the highly trained and touted Russian professionals? Do you believe in miracles? In soccer, you too can bend it like Beckham or shoot it like Caitlin. If you learn how to harmonize your mind, body, emotions, and awareness into a working team. These winners must stop shrugging off these fantastic shocks and plays as an accident and take responsibility for making their own luck. Great athletes create their own luck. They make it happen. There is a new mountain for every athlete to climb. This is the quantum world of the Tao and energy vibrations of Qi. I want every athlete to climb this Mount Everest of the Tao. At the very peak is the quantum being and energy vibrations of Qi. This is a peaceful state of no mind and pure potential. This is a harmonious state of yin and yang. It is a state of no mind and mindlessness. There is no mind to interfere with and slow down heightened and expand awareness and spontaneous explosive action. There's only a state of pure potential where a person can successfully act and react to anything and everything. But quantum being is at the top, the peak, the summit of the Mount Everest of the Tao. Before any athlete can climb to the top, they must get in shape, get their house in order. Is your house of mind, body, emotions, and awareness in order? What does that even mean? Before reaching quantum being, an athlete must develop their intuitive being. An intuitive being is highly tuned into their mind and emotional awareness. An intuitive being can reflexively act on their emotional awareness because their mind and emotions are cultivated into a symbiotic harmony. An athlete's gut awareness of good and bad feelings are significant and must be acted upon if and only if the athlete has been trained to understand, know, and how to work with their emotions. With emotional training, bad feeling gut awareness means something is amiss. Find it, be ready to act. Good feeling emotional awareness means I'm good, set, and where I'm supposed to be, and ready to act. And intuitive being has developed a high degree of mental emotional harmony. They understand and know their emotions and what their emotions speak. The intuitive being feels it and has a mental understanding of their emotional awareness and acts on that mental emotional awareness. But for an athlete to be successful as an intuitive being, before they can act on their intuition, they must reach for another level of being. The first step up the mountain is the process being of action. There is a process to any and every successful athletic move, play, or skill. Intend it, think it, feel it, know it, and then allow it to happen. At the process being level, an athlete learns how to physically act and move in a synergistic harmony between the mind, body, emotions, and awareness. As an athlete learns a new move, play, or skill, they naturally go through this 5 step process. First, intend it. Intend the move and outcome that is wanted. In basketball, this may mean making a mid range jump shot off the screen. Second, the athlete thinks and uses the mind to think and imagine it through. A beginner may just slowly walk through the motions, just to mentally remember the play. Third is to get the emotional feel of the play. Walking through and imagining the move involve an awareness of your body and emotions. What is the feeling within the muscles and emotion as the athlete walks through the play, move, or defensive or offensive action? Fourth, learning is more than I have learned a new move. It's not just I know it, but I know it. As a coach, I want to know if you can feel it. I see you going through the motions, but do you feel it, know it, and do you know it? Finally, what is allowing? Now, I want each person viewing this video to hold out their arm to their side at shoulder height. Is your arm straight out? Are you holding it? Now, allow it to drop. Allow your arm to drop to your side. You don't do it, you allow it. It happens. When you stop trying, when you stop doing, when you allow, it happens. When you know it, and then allow it, it happens. Like when you allow your arm to drop. Don't do it, allow it. Before any ascent to a mountain peak, before the process being, before the intuitive being, before reaching for the summit of quantum being, every climber must get in shape and get their house in order. Every athlete must get their mental, emotional body in shape. They must learn and know how to harmonize their mind, body, emotions, and awareness to be successful. Mind, body, emotions, and awareness are all interrelated. What does it mean to be strong and tough emotionally? How does an athlete exercise their emotions? What does that even mean? I read it somewhere that practice is 90% physical, 10% mental. Competition reverses those numbers to 90% mental, 10% physical. And emotions? What about emotions? Aren't emotions a big part of the game? What strength and conditioning exercise does an athlete have for developing their mental emotional body? Before an athlete can begin their ascent of Mount Everest of the Tao, they must get their house in order, where they learn how to develop their mind, body, emotions, and awareness as a working team. Is your mental emotional house ready to ascend Mount Everest of the Tao? Are you in a vortex of disempowering, unhealthy, and bad feeling mental activities? Or are you in a vortex of empowering, healthy, and good feeling mental activities? What happens to those who climb Mount Everest before they are ready? How many climbers have died trying to ascend Mount Everest because they were not properly prepared? Are you mentally tough? Is the sports psychology you learned about mental toughness and emotional control? Have you learned about anger management and to control your emotions? This mental emotional conflict, where the mind must control an athlete's emotional being, does not create a symbiotic harmony. Symbiotic sports psychology is about the harmony between mind and emotions, where they have evolved to work together. Mind has not evolved to dominate emotions. Emotions have evolved to work with mind for a greater synergistic being. The Tao of Athletic Success is a program to get an athlete's house in order, where mind, body, emotions, and awareness are in shape and working together as a team and ready to make their own ascent to the top of the Tao of Mount Everest safely. Today's sports psychology of conflict, control, and sabotage is based on the cognitive triangle. Cognition is about activities of the mind, the process of awareness and knowing, including thoughts, memories, beliefs, imaginings, perceptions, and reasoning. The cognitive triangle of emotionally driven behavior was adopted from the 3,000-year-old literary language of emotional dysfunction, where aberrant and dangerous emotions drive destructive behavior. This language of emotional dysfunction and regulation and control by the mind is found within Homer's Iliad, written nearly 3,000 years ago. Goddess, sing me the anger of Achilles, Peleus' son, that fatal anger that brought countless sorrows on the Greeks and sent many valiant souls of warriors down to Hades, leaving their bodies as spoils for dogs and carrion birds. For thus was the will of Zeus brought to fulfillment. Achilles' anger brought countless sorrows upon the Greeks. Achilles' anger sent many souls to Hades. Emotionally driven behavior includes the belief that dangerous emotions drive destructive behavior, and therefore emotions must be controlled, regulated, and managed by mind. Today's psychology of conflict, control, and separation is founded within Homer's 3,000-year-old belief that the masculine mind must control the feminine emotional body because dangerous emotions drive destructive behavior. The outdated cognitive triangle construct ignores A. Changes in states of neurology and biochemistry that drive the muscles in the body. B. The brain's capacity to orchestrate these changes in states of physiology. C. And what are emotions? Emotions are the perception of these changes in states of physiology in the brain and body. The cognitive triangle also ignores D, the evolutionary importance of feeling good or bad, and E, how for humanity to survive the evolutionary meal, good and bad feeling emotions, moods, attitudes, and feelings developed a symbiotic harmony and cooperative synergy between mind, body, and awareness for the health, well being, and success of the athlete. Today's sports psychology has a big problem. The problem is that emotions don't drive behavior, as Homer has written and the cognitive triangle illustrates. The mind, not emotion, precipitates the changes in states of neurology, biochemistry, and physiology that drives behavior. Instead of dangerous emotions and emotional dysfunction, we should be talking about dangerous mental behavior and mental dysfunction. The mind, not emotion, must be controlled, managed, and regulated. Mental activities cause changes in the brain and body that drive behavior. Emotions are an awareness of these changes and states in the brain and body. Mental toughness, mindfulness, and short memory training of today's sports psychology leads to A. An athlete failing to respond or react to emotional awareness and not responding to good or bad feelings. Remember, feeling good has evolved with a healthy physiology, and feeling bad has evolved with an unhealthy physiology. B. Mental toughness training means an athlete is not developing the necessary skills to reprocess, restructure, and redevelop unhealthy and biochemically imbalanced physiology to a healthy and biochemically balanced physiology. C. Mental toughness, mindfulness, and short memory training leads to exercising, reinforcing, and developing an unresponsive mental emotional body that sabotages evolutionary, intuitive, and instinctive behavior and leads to D. Ignoring, camouflaging, and suppressing an emotionally bad feeling, unhealthy physiology of the body susceptible to illness, injury, and accidents. Symbiotic sports psychology is based on the harmonious relationship between mind, body, emotions, and awareness. Good feeling emotions, moods, and attitudes correlate with a strong, healthy, and robust physiology of the brain and body. Bad feeling emotions, moods, and attitudes correlate with a weak, unhealthy, and frail physiology of the brain and body. What is the importance of mind, body, and emotional awareness and understanding? Since good feeling emotions correlate with a strong, powerful, and agile physiology of the brain and body conducive to health, well being, and success, and bad feeling emotions correlate with a weak, frail, and unbalanced physiology, an athlete can use their good and bad feeling emotional awareness to guide bad feeling unhealthy mental activities towards mental activities that emotionally feel good and that are healthy, strong, powerful, and agile. Symbiotic sports psychology and coaching brings together the traditional coaching of mental toughness and physical strength and conditioning within a Newtonian world of mind versus mind, force versus force, power versus power, and body versus body, and a new coaching within the quantum world of knowing versus knowing, emotion versus emotion, and energy versus energy, where developing and maintaining the good feeling emotional and mental vibrational energy of chi means success. Only symbiotic sports psychology provides a comprehensive method of mind, body, emotional, and awareness training towards quantum being of mindless, heightened, and expanded awareness and mindless, instantaneous, and explosive action within a peaceful state of no mind potential. An athlete's symbiotic synergy between mind, body, and emotional awareness has evolved over millions of years of survival of the fittest, most powerful, strongest, and agile of bodies, as well as survival of the most clever, creative, and cunning minds that have ever lived on this planet. Your evolutionary heritage is there. It is up to you to be it. A feeling good, cultivated, healthy mental emotional state of being is conducive to an athlete's evolutionary heritage of power, strength, and agility, as well as to their cleverness, creativity, and cunning. A feeling good, mental, emotional, healthy state of being is necessary for any championship performance. I hope you are seeing a new mountain. To be a world champion or an Olympic champion is to be a world champion and Olympic champion on the inside. An athlete must be it before they can see it. Success is not trying, success is not doing, success is being. Success is a state of being. Don't do it, be it. This video is introduction part 1 to the Tao of Athletic Success workout. If you know of any athlete that is being held back because of a disharmonious mind, body, and emotional relationship, the Tao of Athletic Success workout may bring them to a new level of athletic strength, speed, agility, cunning, and success. The background reading material for the Tao of Athletic Success is my technical paper, Cognitive Emotional Reprocessing Control paper with supplements. All my materials are freely available, downloadable PDFs from my websites, symbioticpsychology.com or emotionalevolution.com. More background understanding can be found in The Personal Power of Chi, an athlete's evolutionary heritage of strength, speed, agility, cunning, and success. Or for those who enjoy golf or a golf analogy, there is The Yin Yang of Cognitive Emotional Dynamics, a study outline into your personal power of Chi. This is not a textbook or workout, but an outline for coaches and athletes to help develop their mind and body's power of intuition while enjoying a day on the links. Traditional sports psychology is based on a 3,000-year-old academic language of emotionally driven behavior and emotional control, regulation, and management. Within this environment of division, control, and conflict, modern sports psychology sabotages millions of years of struggle, hardship, and survival of the fittest, strongest, most powerful, agile, and cunning. This outdated sports psychology of mental toughness demands that the strong masculine mind must control the weak feminine emotional body. But we are in a new world and we need a new symbiotic sports psychology of respect, cooperation, and emotional wisdom. An athlete's mind, body, emotions, and awareness have evolved to work together cooperatively in symbiotic synergy. Within the Tao of Athletic Success workout, every athlete can develop their natural and evolved powers of health, well being, and successful decision making abilities. This has been Introduction to the Tao of Athletic Success Workout, Video Part 1. The links for Introductions Part 1 through 5 videos to the Tao of Athletic Success Workout are in the description below. All my works are freely available as PDF downloads from my websites, symbioticpsychology.com or emotional-evolution.com. These links are in the description below. If you are interested in personal coaching for yourself or your team and are ready to release millions of years of evolution that have been sabotaged by modern psychology, please feel free to contact me. Namaste and make it a great day.